Joe, welcome to your tape. In this assignment, I'll be giving two different clients different 6-week training programs to help them achieve their goals. So my first client is a 48-year-old female who wants to reduce the amount of fat on her body as well as work on toning her muscles, focusing particularly on her legs and arms. She's currently in relatively good health, however she does suffer from asthma and often struggles with back pain, and so I'll make sure to avoid any particularly strenuous weight-bearing activities that may aggravate her back. In addition to this, I'll also make sure that all cardio work is suitable and not too strenuous. My client is a mum of 2 and works 5 days a week from 8 till 3, which I'll need to consider when designing the training program. She currently takes part in low-intensity regular exercise, walking the dog every day for a minimum of 1 hour and 2 at the weekend. After having a discussion with my client, she expressed her interest in trying yoga, so I will try and incorporate this within the program. So for week 1, I have begun by adding into the training program the exercise my client already does, so the walking for at least 1 hour a day and 2 at the weekends. From this point, I then began to incorporate the yoga that my client wishes to try, which will focus on strengthening and toning up her legs and arms, as well as aiding to improve her levels of flexibility. I've chosen for my client to only do 25 minutes of yoga on the first day, as I don't want to overwork her, as this may lead to injury and put her off exercise. Additionally, I've selected yoga poses that shouldn't put too much strain on her back, as I don't want to aggravate any existing back pain she already has. On Thursdays, I have opted to vary between a swim or cycle each week, which increases in duration as the program goes on, as well as the 1 hour dog walk. Her Thursday workout will focus on improving her aerobic fitness, and in addition to this will aid in burning any excess fat, which will help her to reach her goal. We want her to be working in the fat burning zone in terms of her heart rate, so ideally she should aim to keep her heart rate at about 103 to 120 beats per minute. On Fridays, I have given my client a slightly shorter simple workout, meaning that it can be performed at home. It's focused entirely on the development of her leg and arm muscles. As my client will have been working all week, I don't want her to feel overwhelmed with how much she's doing. After her warm-up, my client has performed 20 tricep dips, followed by a 20-second wall sit, as well as a 20 squats, and then should repeat this cycle 3 times, allowing a 1-minute rest between each repeated cycle to give her muscles time to recover. However, as it's quite a short, simple workout, she may choose to repeat the cycle more times, or alternatively add in exercises that aim to tone up her arms and legs. So over the next 6 weeks, the intensity of this week's long workout will increase by either increasing the length of time she's exercising for, the number of reps she performs, or the weight she's using in the exercises. So again, this week, the intensity of exercises such as the cycle on a Thursday and the number of reps she's performing on Saturday increases. However, if she got bored of the cycling, there's other alternatives such as Zumba, which can make the exercise a bit more social, as she'd be attending a class with other people. So again, the intensity has increased with the duration of the Thursday's workout, the number of reps on a Saturday, and the duration of the yoga workout has also increased. She might want to try something like aqua aerobics instead of swimming, to again incorporate the social element of exercise. For week 5, again the intensity has increased. But if she does get bored of doing things at home, there's obviously the option of attending a yoga class at her local gym. The Saturday workout she can also either do in the gym or at home. The cycle on a Thursday could be either done outside if it's a nice day, which the client might prefer, or they could be doing it on an exercise bike inside, depending on their preference. By the end of the 6 weeks, my client will have progressed to be taking part in a 60-minute yoga workout on Monday, a 50-minute cycle or 50-minute swim on Thursday, as well as her workout focusing on her arms and legs on Saturday, which will consist of 40 tricep dips, a 40-second wall sit, and 30 squats. My second individual is an 18-year-old male who wants to focus on increasing his overall muscle mass as well as tone up his muscles, particularly in his upper body and core muscles, whilst maintaining his current levels of aerobic fitness. My client currently already undertakes 3 runs a week, whereby he burns 150 calories per run, as well as recently beginning to work with weights during the week. I will plan a 6-week progressive training program for my client that will incorporate his current training methods whilst introducing new components that will be more specific to helping him achieve his goal. My client is currently healthy and has no injuries or further medical conditions that would limit his ability to partake in exercise. Rather than sticking to a 150-calorie run like my client says he normally does, I set him a goal of a 2k run as I feel this is more measurable. This will help to maintain his current levels of aerobic fitness. In addition to this, he mentioned that he wants to tone up his abdominal muscles, and so it is important to try and burn any excess fat surrounding them in order to make them more apparent to achieve his end goal. Therefore, he should be working with his heart rate at around 121 to 141 beats per minute during those runs. Monday is focusing on his upper body. I have spoken to my client to see which exercises he currently does in the gym, and in addition to this, I've also taken the time to check which weights he currently trains with in order to gain a starting point for the training program I've designed. I have chosen 4 different exercises for my client to do in order to improve his upper body strength. These activities being the rowing machine, shoulder press, bicep curl and bench press. The rowing machine will help to maintain his current levels of aerobic fitness whilst working both his upper arms and legs to an extent. I have set him to do 10 reps on each exercise at varying weights based off what he has told me. I have chosen to do fewer reps as his muscular strength we are trying to improve, as opposed to his muscular endurance, in which case I would have given him more reps with a lower weight. I have set him to repeat this cycle of exercise 3 times with a gap of at least a minute between each cycle to allow his muscles to recover. Wednesday's training is focused on my client's legs, beginning with a gentle warm-up followed by his usual 2k run. I have chosen 4 different exercises for him to complete in order to improve the muscular strength of his legs. These exercises are the leg press, leg curls, squats and lunges. These 4 exercises focus mainly on the hamstrings and quads. If it was something he was interested in, I could add in some exercises focused on the calf muscles, such as calf raises, which we could make more difficult by involving weights in the exercise. I spoke to my client beforehand, where he assured me that he was both confident and capable starting at 50 kg for both the leg press and leg curls. I chose to not exceed 20 reps for each exercise for the first week, as I didn't want to overload the muscles too much. We'd rather have a gradual increase. I have chosen for my client to complete these 4 exercises 3 times with a 1-minute gap in between each cycle. The cool down is a gentle 15-minute cycle followed by some static and dynamic leg stretches. I have allocated Fridays to work on my client's core muscles, seeing it as his goal to achieve a more toned abdominal muscles. To warm up, he is to do a gentle 10-minute cycle followed by a few static and dynamic stretches before completing his 2k run. I have then selected 4 different exercises that are all focusing on strengthening and toning up his core muscles. These exercises are the plank, abdominal crunches, Superman and V-sit. The plank, Superman and V-sit are each to be held for 30 seconds as a starting point to the training program, and a total of 30 abdominal crunches should be completed. This cycle of 4 exercises should be repeated 4 times with a 1-minute break in between, as the exercises are fairly short. To cool down, he should proceed to cycle at a low intensity for 15 minutes. He should then do some stretches focusing on his ab muscles, such as the cobra stretch, and hold this for around 30 seconds. After week 1, I chose to begin to gradually overload my client by alternating between increasing either the reps performing or the weight he's using. He might find that the warm-up of cycling becomes quite tedious, in which case he may want to choose to warm up on the cross trainer or rowing machine. Alternatively, he could do this cycle outside of the gym before he got there, potentially on his way to get to the gym, as he may prefer a change in environment. My client might also find that he no longer wants to complete a run before his main exercise. As an alternative, I would suggest a 30-minute swim in order to add some variation to his workout, which he might find more enjoyable. He should maintain working at the same fat-burning heart rate though. He might also want to challenge himself and do more cardio, in which case he could add an additional 4k run at the weekend if he feels he's up for it. By the 6th week, my client will be completing 20 reps at 30 kg on the shoulder press, 20 reps at 20 kg for the bicep curls, 20 reps at 17.5 kg for the bench press, 30 reps at 60 kg for the leg press and leg curls, 30 reps with a 10 kg weight for the squats, and 30 overall reps with 10 kg for the lunges, 75-second walking plank, 45 abdominal crunches with a 7.5 kg weight, as well as holding the Superman for 75 seconds, a V set for 60 with a 5 kilogram medicine ball.